J-Knight, Batrep!
So welcome back to part 4 of this battle report. It's now time for Tyranids turn 4. As always, I start by casting Iron Arm on the Hive Tyrant. Passes, and I roll a 2, so he's Strength and Toughness 7 at the moment. He then tries to cast Feel No Pain from the Tervagon onto the Trigon. I roll, and I pass, so now he has Feel No Pain. This will help in the future. And then he gives Iron Arm to himself with the Tervagon, and passes, and I roll a 3. So now he's Strength 8, Toughness 9 again. He's ready to smash some stuff. So now it's the movement phase. I decide to move up that Tervagon to get to those Sisters of Battle that killed its babies the previous turn. It's going to avenge the death of those Termagants. And then I move up the other Tervagon to assault the other squad of Sisters. Basically right now I'm trying to prevent him from getting to the relic. I don't want him to jump out last turn and grab the relic. I want to grab those guys before they get to the relic. So then I also move up the Hive Guard and the Termagants, because I'm pretty confident now that I'll be able to take out that last Exorcist and it won't harm those Hive Guard. And then I proceed and I move up my Trigon towards the squad that just regrouped of Sisters. And then I flew my Hive Tyrant to do the same thing to the other Exorcist. So beginning of the shooting phase, he rolls his leadership check and fails by 1 on 3d6. Rolls his invul and fails again, so he loses yet another Sisters of Battle member to the Doom. He's doing pretty well as a good tar pit unit. The Trigon then shoots that squad of Sisters, needing 4s to hit, and I get a bunch of hits. I hit with I think 8 of the 12. And I need 2s to wound. And roll 6 wounds. So he rolls 6 3+ armor saves on that squad. And fails 1. So 1 more Sisters of Battle is dead. But I don't think that distance is going to be... I think it's going to be very easy to cross that distance for assault. The Hive Guard then shoot the Rhino that's blocking the Tervagon's way. Sorry, they're actually going to shoot the farther one because it doesn't get cover. So I get 6 shots at that Rhino. 5 hits, which is very fortunate. Need 4s to glance, 5s to pen. I roll 1 glance and 1 pen. So I give him cover in this case. And he rolls 2 cover saves and fails both of them. So we roll for the pen. And I roll a 6, so it does explode, which is great for me, and hopefully it'll do some damage to those Sisters. And I roll 6, so it goes 6 inches. The explosion does not harm my Tervagon, but I roll to see if it harms any of the Sisters of Battle. Only needing 4s on the Sisters because they're toughness 3. And I roll 5 wounds, so he has to roll once again 5 more armor saves. And fails 2 more. So 2 of them die to the explosion from the Rhino. And now the Rhino is ruined. Once again, the Spore Pod shoots the closest squad. Need 5 hits, and I only get 2 hits, which is pretty much statistical. And then 2 wounds on them. So 2 more armor saves. Fails 1 of them, which goes on the Sergeant, which he looks out, sirs, and passes, so it actually goes to the guy beside him and not the Sergeant himself, because the Sergeant is important for faith rolls. And then shoot the Hive Tyrant's Twin Link Devourers at the Exorcist once again. Need 4s to hit, reroll. And as always, I'm hitting with a lot of them. This Hive Tyrant is very good at shooting. And in the end, I hit with 11 out of 12 shots. It was getting pretty silly. 5s to glance and 6s to pen. I roll 2 glances, but no pens. So he rolls 2 invul saves. Fails both, so he loses 2 hull points. But he still has a function gun, so I'm going to need to assault and destroy it. The Tervagon then decides to shoot at the Sisters, because he knows he's not going to kill all of them. Hits with all 4, and then wounds with 3 of them. So I actually might do some damage here. And he fails 2 armor saves. That was very surprising. So 2 more die. And we declare the assaults. They did pass, just to bring in, they did roll a leadership check between that, and they did pass. to stay where they were. The Turvagon then declares the assault on that Rhino and fails. The other Turvagon declares the assault on the Sisters of Battle in the Overwatch. He rolls 3 hits with the Heavy Flamer and 1 hit with the Normal Flamer. And he gets no wounds with either of the Flamers. And then overwatches with the Bolters, gets 1 hit, but no wounds either. So I roll for my distance, and he better make it this time. And I roll Snake Eyes. I could not believe it, so he does not get into assault once again. I'm not getting lucky with my assault rolls. The Trigon then declares the assault on that squad. He overwatches with the Bolters again. Needs 6s to hit, and absolutely nothing either. I then roll my distance and get a 5, which is actually plenty for the Trigon to get into combat with those Sisters of Battle. The Hive Tyrant then declares the assault on the Exorcist. He gets 2 shots off. Out of the 2 shots, 1 hit. And he needs 3s to wound, but fails because of my Iron Arm, which is awesome. My Trigon hits first in the combat, needs 3s to hit with reroll, and in the end gets all 7 hits, and then 2s to squish. Well, he does have a 6+ invul. So 7 invul saves, and he fails all 7. Oh, sorry, fails 6 of the 7. So that squad is wiped out, and my Trigon gets to once again consolidate. I know I rolled 2, but I re-rolled and consolidated 4 inches. So back to the Doom combat. Doom gets go first, gets 1 hit on the squad, 3s to wound, and gets 1 wound. He rolls his armor save and fails. So another one dies because of the Doom. This is getting pretty crazy. He then hits back, needing 4s, 2 hits, and no wounds. So I actually won combat again. He rolls his leadership check and fails. So we do our initiative roll off. I roll a 2, he rolled a 6, so he actually ended up getting away. And so he gets to consolidate, or gets to run away, and I consolidate 3 inches, and I consolidate backwards. I don't know why I consolidate backwards, but still. Hive Tyrant then assaults the tank, gets to reroll 1s to hit, needing 3s, so 3 hits. It's a smash attack, so he doesn't smash attack, he needs 7, so he rolls 1 pen, which is enough to destroy it unless he passes invul, and he does. So the Exorcist is still alive with 2 hull points. Now we'll go to Sisters of Battle, turn 4. He begins by rolling Faith roll and only rolls a 1. So only 1 Faith this turn. Now it's time to see if Saint Celestine gets back up again. And she does, with a 6. So how many wounds does she get back? D3? We'll find out after. So then he rolls his leadership check to see if that group regroups. And they do. So now they get to open fire and possibly kill that Doom. And that Exorcist is continuing to flee away from my Hive Tyrant. And St. Celestine rolls 2 wounds back, so she has 2 wounds left. The one squad of Sisters then decides to move towards the Trigon again. And the other squad also decides to move towards the Trigon. They're hoping to kill these monstrous creatures now and then maybe go for the relic after. But right now it's not very close. And then he uses his tanks to roadblock my monster creatures and force them to have to assault them. And then he moves them through and completely blocks the relic from me. That one pesky Exorcist then shoots at my Hive Tyrant. Rolls a 5, so 5 shots. This could kill him very easily, needing 3s to hit. And rolls 4 hits. It's toughness 7, so he needs 3s. And he gets 3 wounds. So now there's only 1 wound left on my Hive Tyrant. He then uses the heavy flamers from that one squad on the Doom Malantai, and as well as the flamer. Both of them hit. So the flamer wounds the Doom Malantai, and also hits the drop pod and wounds the drop pod. And then the heavy flamer wounds the Doom, but not the drop pod. And then he has the Bolter Fire on the Doom. And all of them hit. And forced to wound. So once again, a bunch of wounds. This might end up killing him. We'll see. So I roll all my armor saves on him and fail 4 of them. So the Doom of Malantai is finally dead. And the sisters rejoice. And then I fail my armor save on the drop pod, so it has 2 more wounds left because it's a monstrous creature. They then flame the Trigon with the other squad of sisters and wound him with both the flamer and the heavy flamer. And all the bolter shots fire off, get a few hits, and 1 wound. So I have to roll 3 more wounds on the Trigon. And I fail 1 more, so that Trigon is just slowly being whittled down to 3 more wounds. St. Celestine then uses her heavy flamer on the Trigon and wounds. So once again, I have to roll another armor save, but I pass. That one remaining squad then also shoots at the Trigon. He really wants to kill that Trigon. He casts his 1 faith on that squad. Needs a 3 to wound. Sorry, 3 to get faith off. And fails his faith roll once again, so no rerolling 1s. So first use the heavy flamer. And hits, of course, with heavy flamer and wounds. And then fires his 6 bolter shots at him. And nope, no 6s to wound. So I roll 1 more armor save and fail again. So only 2 more wounds left on the Trigon. And then he fires his tank, snap firing at the Trigon. Gets 1 hit, but no wounds. St. Celestine then assaults that Trigon, wanting to kill it. I overwatch on St. Celestine, but only hit with 1. And I wound, so if she fails it, she will die. But she has a 2+ armor save. But she passes, so she's still alive. She then gets a hit first, needing 3s to hit. So she gets 4 hits, and she wounds automatically on a 4+, but fails all 4 of them. Trigon hits her back with 6 attacks. All 6 hit, so basically luck is on my side right now, and St. Celestine's not looking too good. And all 6 wounds, so he has to roll 6 invulnerable saves or die. And he fails on the second roll, so St. Celestine is instantly crushed by the Trigon. So after 4 turns, the battlefield looking interesting. I just lost the Doom, so that's a big hit. And my Trigon is down to 2 wounds. Tyranids.
He's got a 1.
And he's got 1 wound left because of that one lucky missile. If 1 more missile got him, oh man, it went crazy. So he's going to go for that thing because he's scared of it. And yeah, not a lot on the table. Turn 5 coming up. Let's see what happens. So thank you very much for watching this battle report. When you're ready, click on the link below to go to part 5 and the final part of this 40K battle report against the Sisters of Battle.